Alright, the next part after we talk about this very important thing which also the engineers take in consideration when they develop and upgrade the newer the better version for a long time, improving the disc, the pads, the cooling, dissipating heat either from disc, either from caliper. As we know also the long debate about DOT fluid, brake fluid or mineral oil is also about temperature. DOT 5.21, 4.1 compared to mineral is able to operate at a bigger temperature, so it boils a little bit upper in the temperature. And if you actually operate at that temperature, of course in the past you had more reasons to use DOT, which is a bit more intrusive with the health and the nature. But anyways, it's about temperature, all about temperature. So of course a manufacturer cannot optimize the product for you, for me, for each city, for each bicycle and whatever. They maybe can race in the manufacturer class with the new products aesthetically in terms of ergonomics, but when it comes to operation parameters, they usually compete into the top, most aggressive, most challenging circumstances. So as you can further investigate on yourself about the dissipation, a bigger pad, a bigger rotor, a bigger double-sized 4-piston caliper, of course, has not, let's say, big importance, but of course it is very perceptible or easy to spot and to feel, both in the, let's say, good direction, which can be the power. Oh man, it has power. You can stop a train with it. It's powerful. Oh, you just tap it a bit and you jump over the bars. Oh, it's powerful. Anyways, the rear brake, the rear wheel, you can lock very easily, even with whatever old, even Shimano first generations 2 pistons were incredible good. You could lock a rear wheel very easily if the pads and disc made contact and are in optimum, let's say, condition. So, for example, you made to make another distinction if it's front or rear, or not you, I make, if you are interested into this generic discussion, because in the practical aspect you develop skills, feelings, you spend money or you don't spend and adapt and try and explore on yourself, but I won't give you the magical number so you watch the best video on YouTube. Here is a discussion. Front, rear wheel, not the same thing. The rear wheel you can lock very easy, any brake, 2 piston, 4 piston, very easy. You just tap and it's locked. As opposed to the front wheel, where you for sure need or may need that power, that heat dissipation, and different other important characteristics. That's why even on different setups you see front wheel bigger rotor, rear wheel one size smaller, 180 front, 160 back, 160 front, 140 back, 200 front, 180 back. You understand why? Because the rear wheel, as in motorcycle, as in cars, on the braking, so when the weight shifts, tend to shift in the front, and also on the motorcycle, on the bicycle, it actually tend to lift the rear wheel from the ground completely. Yes, you can you need to make a very important mention about which wheel you refer and you talk about. So basically, the idea which I tell you is that on the rear wheel you don't need power. On the rear wheel you need balance, you need feel. Not the feel like we say in the manufacturer. Shimano, oh no feel. You feel with SRAM. Shimano power, power fast, grab. Not that feel, different feel. Because also Shimano makes different models and made in the past different models, cheaper one, expensive ones, stronger one, dissipating more heat, less heat, bigger caliper, smaller caliper. They made 4 piston, 2 piston. It's not just like oh, if I see 4 piston front and back, oh, that's a good bike, 4 piston. Oh yeah, why not 4 piston? Why not? It's better, more power. You don't judge like that. What if you do? That can be very good, but to think that system very well and to adjust it to your specific needs requires an environment which you need those characteristics. As I said, in the town I ride, no need to mad power on the rear wheel at all. No, I don't need that. And because I actually introduced you now into the feel and to the characteristics of different wheels, front, rear, a bit, not much. We talk about the dissipation of heat. Now we need to understand combining all these characteristics in, let's say, an operator perfect condition in a simulation, laboratory simulation, in which we try to extract some data, or we try to apply some knowledge, let's say, all these things, when they are perfect, they behave in a way which I will argue that is not, in my case, is not very favorable about 4 pistons. 4 pistons in general, and I mean front, rear wheels, front, rear, whatever size of the rotor, is basically not useless, but is a parasite. It is, as gamers and whoever works with computers and different other devices, they call lag. It is a lack to synchronize perfectly, so it's a unbalance in the synchronization, which of course relate into a segment of time, of space, of whatever. So in the perfect conditions, of course, with the setup we can experiment and we can perceive this lag, which can be more or less. In my opinion, if you need just brute force on the front wheel, you are with a downhill bike or with an enduro or with a e-bike, whatever e-bike, 20 kilos e-bike, not 60 or 70 kilos e-bike, 29-inch, good grip, knobby tires. You just hit that front brake and you want the suspension to start and to dig into the earth. There maybe you don't need lag. There you need stopping power. If we try to operate like with a laser into the medicine, where you need to be precise and to move with fluidity and with, of course, again, big precision, you don't need lag. You don't need lag, you don't need power. You need precision and balance. Let me check the seconds. Oh, we have 10 minutes more. The old telephone. Very good. So I extracted some data which are unimportant. Yeah, unimportant. You can skip. But if you think about and if you watch this thing, and if you actually on the field, let's say on the track, like you are usually when riding in the real maybe dangerous conditions, or when you practice and try to improve, these things may be a bit more than important and less ignored. And this is why, starting from this very important characteristic of the 4-piston brake pads. You can see the dimensions are 40. This is actually almost the same. We will ignore this one, but this one is 40. For the 2-piston version, as we can see here, it is 30. So a big difference. In power, for that one which is impressed by power, or for that one who needs power, of course this is a joke, but for the one who need precision, man, it's like you try to operate with a machete. Alright, so you see a brain surgery done with this machete. Alright, different application, big difference. More than this, we calculated here very fast the circumference of a circle with the radius 9 centimeters, a 180 disc, alright, disc brake, 180 millimeters, whatever. Oh, come on, telephone. Alright, so 180, doesn't matter. This is the value, 56 centimeters the diameter. If we divide this not diameter, the circumference, the perimeter, let's say, to 40 millimeters, we've got this 14 value. So if you have this disc brake and you just lock the rear brake, you just grab the brake and the rear wheel or the front wheel, whatever. Usually the rear wheel is locked. More often is locked. Then you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 10, 14. If we divide the same 56 centimeters to the 2 piston version, there is almost 19. More specifically, there is a 4.7 times, let's say, more possibility to grab the same disc and to lock the wheel and let it off rolling and then brake, or to just move from brake to brake. So it's actually almost five times more possibility on the same disc to apply the maximum force and to lock the rear wheel, or the front if you're crazy. This 33 is in centimeters, which is basically 13 inch, which is the radius of 26 inch wheel bike. Of course, we can make the same thing for 28, 27.5, 29 inch bike, which the end result will be more, let's say, dramatic. This is a smaller value, because this is what I use. But if you just look to the numbers, of course, we can make this a little bigger. Anyways, so we have 2 meters, almost the same circumference of a 26 inch wheel. By the way, this is a 26 inch rim. Of course, the tire is a bit bigger, doesn't matter. just a mentioning. If we divide the entire wheel, let's say the entire wheel, to the smaller value, alright, with the big pad, alright, so the same we made the disc on this number. Now we do the entire wheel to this proportion of 14.13, which equals 14.66 centimeters. The average, you know what boys have in the pants, it's almost that size on the globe. The same circumference of the wheel divided at the smaller brake pads from this ratio of almost 19, this time is 11 centimeters. As you can see, is a big difference again. Not in centimeters, even if in centimeters is actually a big difference, but what does this actually mean? You know, on the entire wheel, 3 centimeters or 4 centimeters. What's that difference? You know, a finger, let's say, almost a small finger. 4 centimeters. Why is that important? Why? Because on ABS system, from a motorcycle point of view, and also for bicycles, because Magura invented, or not just invented, implemented, let's say, recently, few years ago, in Spain, or tested in Spain and implemented, ABS system, which works basically on multiple positions, as you can see, to release the disc brake and reposition the tire on the asphalt or on the ground, to hope that you don't lose, let's say in general, traction, front wheel traction or rear wheel traction. Usually for motorcycles, yeah, you know, you need ABS. For bicycles, you don't. But for motorcycles, as my cousin X1 chip tuning Alex told me for the first time, in MotoGP, riders don't use ABS because it's stupid. It's slow, it's raw, or at least until now, even though of course you can understand they could improve it. Anyways, it's garbage. But they tried now to implement this system on bicycles, and of course not